So guys, I hope you've had a good weekend, and damn, what a weekend for millions of PlayStation users. Now, what's crazy about this is that we haven't seen anything like this since 2011, when I can't even remember how long the PlayStation network lasted. It was down, it got hacked, and to think over the weekend we had a similar thing. As of this video, we don't know if there's any security risks for anyone. Has any data been leaked? We don't even know why this happened, but we all know that after around 24 hours now, the PlayStation network is up. All weekend I was playing mine because I've got it physical. So if we give this a read, PSN's downtime raises fresh questions about PS5's future functionality. Is there a reason to be concerned? In an era where gaming increasingly emphasizes online connectivity, there are undeniable benefits like the unprecedented connectivity we enjoy in our games. But there is an issue. Whilst it's mostly sunshine and rainbows, while the servers are running, many worry that in the future their games may be rendered obsolete once the power's been turned off. So this is what we were getting, or this is what people were getting. Literally can't use your disk drive. So this is even about the disk drive. So say, for instance, I bought a PS5 Pro. It's not down here, or I would have told you that. If I had a disk drive, you're trying to attach that new disk drive you got on the weekend. This is literally what you would get because it has to connect to the damn server. So this user here can't use your disk drive. Something went wrong when registering your disk drive to your PS5. Select try again. And this is absolutely crazy. You buy a damn disk drive. You think that would come with the damn console. That's another issue. So it is crazy that this is kind of like the snippet of the future. He bought the PS5's disk drive, and this concern is the faraway future. If we have a look at the original article here, so PSN's finally back online, but some problems persist after the biggest outage since 2011. And this is crazy. So the original story of this, guys, was like it was currently down for what seems to be most, if not all, PS5 and PS4. Reports started going in around 20 minutes ago as of this article here, which I do believe it was around Friday night. Strangely, the official PSN service says there's no issues of the time of writing. And then as we go along in the stories, on Saturday the 8th, 12 a.m., the PlayStation service status page has now been updated. It's been roughly 45 minutes, and then you keep going on into 12:40 in the morning. It's still down. 1:15, PlayStation Japan had commented on the PSN outage, stating that the company is now looking into the issue. And I think a lot of people online were thinking, Sony, what are you doing? You haven't even given a statement, and you wish they were a little bit more transparent than that. That's the only issue I would say with PlayStation, is their customer service and their transparency. Because, you know, people on a Friday night, that say if they've bought a PS5 Pro with a disc drive, say they just want to come back and play some digital games, I would be pissed because I was so excited to get in on Friday night. I've worked hard that Friday and I just want to dive into as much Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I was lucky that I could, but again, a lot of people would have been inconvenienced. Were like, why isn't this working? And you've just gone through the whole weekend and you can't play your games, which is absolutely crazy. And then you literally go in Saturday the 8th at 2 a.m. The media support service has finally acknowledged, so they did state that we are aware some users might be currently experiencing some issues with PSN, and includes a link to the PSN service aid, which is still part of the network, as experiencing issues. Needless to say, the response to these social media posts has not been positive. From what we've seen, saying that some users are having trouble in a gross underestimation. And again, this appears to be an incredibly widespread outage that may well be impacting the entire PSN. So literally everyone. We fast forward to 11 a.m. on Saturday. We're now fast approaching 12 hours of total PSN downtime. This is absolutely crazy. You go into 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. PSN has been down for close to 15 hours, and with parts of North America beginning to wake up, we're starting to see frustrations all over social media. Everyone was asking for compensation, which we're going to get to, but they still weren't really transparent. Then 3:30 p.m. on Saturday, there's now fairly widespread evidence that PS5 and PS4 users are now able to access online features such as friends lists and parts of the PlayStation Store. However, it looks like most people are still hit with the WS1164495 error code. So then you go on to Saturday at 7 p.m. It's been close to 20 hours, and it has been the case all day long. So this was still continuing to be the case. Then you get to Saturday 8:30 p.m. The PS5 is starting to blink back to life as reports of successful connection tests and login attempts. And if you update to Sunday at 12 a.m., the PlayStation Network is finally up and running. So literally around 20 hours this was lasting. We haven't seen anything like this in such a long time. And obviously things like the beta to Monster Hunter Wilds, that was out. And obviously they will be getting an extra 24 hours on PS5 after PSN outage. One of the biggest downsides to the weekend's PSN was Monster Hunter Wilds beta. Obviously it's now up and running. Capcom, to make a good on the situation, has promised a further 24 hours. Wow, it's absolutely crazy. And I think a lot of people were thinking, man, Sony, you need to be transparent with us. What's the compensation going to be like? And this is why, this is just a snippet of why I prefer. Now, I won't say I hate, because I have got some digital games in my library. I think when there's some good deals going on, I feel like I'll download some games. But generally for me, big titles that I'm paying 70, 60 pounds, I want to feel like I've got the box. And I'm just very lucky that I was able to play my games, or majority of my games. I think it comes back down to, if it's a single player game, I don't understand where something like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, if you've bought it digitally, there shouldn't be any reason why you can't play that damn game offline. I get it has to speak to the servers, but again, it comes back down to that. Look what's happened. Millions of people around the world who pay a lot of money for PlayStation games, PlayStation Network, for just playing online. And you think they can't play some single player games offline. Now, fair enough for online games, I get that, but they have to do something better for the future. You can't not play your damn game that is a single player story game and you still can't play it. Just, for me, it doesn't make any sense. And what do Sony do, which I think a lot of people are more pissed about, is the compensation. Free PS Plus extension for all members affected. So I'm assuming mine runs out in February. There's something, so I assume it's going to get an extra 5 days. Like, I guess I'm not affected by this, but imagine people who have been working all damn week. I've got the weekend free before I do a week's rota at work. I'm going to play my games, and then all of a sudden you're going back to work on Monday. So PSN was offline for almost a day in what is their longest outage since 2011's infamous hack. While services have now mostly resumed, Sony has promised all PS Plus members will receive 5 days of free service as compensation. Nice.
Nice.
What?
Here is what they said, and you know what? You take a look at some of the replies, they're kind of funny. Network services are fully recovered. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank the community for their patience. All PS Plus members will automatically receive an additional 5 days. And then 5 days! And it's quite funny. 5 days of PlayStation Plus an apology. The amount of people begging for compensation for now is actually ridiculous. Listen, I'm one of those where I'm like, I get it. It's been very inconvenienced and it's like annoying, but what do you expect? I'm just looking at it. Okay, it's happened. I get it. They've given us 5 days free. What do you expect them? Here's 17 free games. Here's £100 in your wallet. I don't get what you expect. I think this makes a good point. Sweet, but can you tell us what happened? I feel like that is the most important thing about this. Even though people are pissed about the compensation, I'm not too bothered. I wasn't affected, but if I was, I'll be like, cool, I've got an extra 5 days. I feel like, yeah, a lot of people like to complain, and I understand that as well. But I just hope there is some transparency in this, because I'm thinking, I hope that there's no security issues, any hacks. I hope they don't come out next week and they're like, listen, you might want to change your passwords because everyone's data got leaked again. It is kind of like just ridiculous how long it lasted. And you got to remember, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. Millions of players play PlayStation online every day. And it's crazy that it happened at the worst day of the week, which is a Friday night. I don't know what you think about this. I think we're going to hear more next week about this. Are we going to hear more details about why this happened? I'm assuming because they haven't said about changing passwords, it's either too early or there's no security risk. And I just freaking hope so that that's the case. I'm just glad I was still able to play my physical game. I got a lot of hours over the weekend, and I hope this just pushes more people to buy more physical games. Yeah, I'll see you soon.